Nanny Robina is with us right now to talk about summer safety. There's a lot to think about. Now, I was chatting with the audience just saying I feel like parenting is a lot easier in the summer because they just go. They can go out there, they can play, but you have to remember there are certain things that you have to consider when it comes to the safety.
Well, funny enough, you just summed it up by saying they just go. Because that's exactly what happens sometimes is the children get so excited that school is out. And with a toddler, you've got them close. But when you get to, 5, 6, some of the kids are allowed, they take the bike and they go.
Yep.
Now, I live in Newmarket, and I cannot tell you how many times I see kids whizzing past my house on a bike, 3 or 4 of them, the little group, without a helmet.
So Newmarket, for those of you that don't know, is a suburb outside of the city of Toronto.
Yeah.
So
and I live on a quiet street.
Quiet street, typical suburbia, and they're racing by, no helmets.
They're racing by, they have no helmet on, and the problem is, I sit by the window because that's where my office is. I know we have 1 or 2 idiot drivers on our streets, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And you have to know this because I see those people reverse out of the drive fast.
Yeah.
The helmet could be the be-all or the end of all, at the end of the day, no matter how short or how long the trip, you've got to put a helmet on your kids.
Right, and we should actually lead by example. Because
Absolutely.
Oftentimes you'll see the parent on a bike without a helmet and the kids have the helmets and they're all riding together as a family, but really the whole family should have a helmet on.
Yeah, absolutely. I passed 3 today on Bloor Street, no helmet.
No helmets.
And Bloor Street, it's so busy. Come on, people.
Right.
I know it's hot. Take it off, have a little breather, put the helmet back on. But one of the key things here is you've got to make sure that the helmet fits properly, okay? It's age suitable, and that it's, it's strapped firmly on them.
That's
right. Teach the kids the importance of wearing that helmet.
Right. And wherever you go and buy the helmet, they can do a test. They can usually know what you're looking for in terms of the right size for their noggin. Okay, so you've talked a little bit about helmets and road safety. What about the sun?
The sun is, wearing a hat all the time. Again, we have camps by us, and I see the kids, 20 kids going up the street. Now, I don't know whether it is the person who is in charge of the camp that's responsible for this, or parents haven't packed, but I see a lot of kids without a hat. And it can be 2 o'clock.
You try to keep a hat on a kid.
You got to get it on there.
You put them on, they're running out of the hat.
I know they hate it, but you know what? It's a must. And I see these kids also, not only for the sun, but they're going through the trails. We have some nasty bugs out there today that you've got to start keeping yourself a little bit more covered up, even though they want the T-shirt and shorts. If you're going on the trails, you've got to start thinking of some of the things that are out there, but a hat and being a little, cautious about the sun between, well, everybody has a different idea. Some people say between 1 and 3, some say between 11 and 4. Use your common sense. Look up at the sun and see where it is. You know what? If it's pretty low and it's shining on you, covered up, get indoors. That's what it is, right? Absolutely. Now, again, because we are having such hot summers, one of the issues that I find that is often overlooked is the feet.
Yeah.
Because the kids are in the park, and I don't know, but I know last year there was a lady that had a big complaint because her child had run onto one of those metal grids and her child's feet burnt. But even when you're in the pool pad, because they are so used, and maybe they're not always clean, you don't know what's going on.
If you're in a municipal park, for sure, you might want to consider doing something like footwear that's going to be water friendly. And I know if your kids are at swim camp, they've requested these kinds of shoes because they want to make sure that they're not stepping in glass or shards or any of that might be around the
Also, if another child has athlete's feet or something, you can end up catching all that kind of stuff. So you want to have some sandals or some kind of safe water shoe on, okay? And again, safety in the pool. So not just, with the water shoes at the pads, but when you're out in the pool in the backyard. I love these. These are the new kind of
swimmies,
fairly
like
new anyway.
Floaties?
Yeah, they're the new wings. But what happens is, I don't know if you can see that, they strap up at the back there. You see?
Oh, I see. And then they put their arms in through the
that
holes.
goes around the front. What I want to stress is this is not, hey, you go in the pool and I can sit and have my cocktail now because you're safe. okay? They're not that safe. This is not a life vest. These are water wings, and you should be supervising the kids with them.
Yeah.
And they come in, you know, they come in various styles. And again, when you're in the pool, it is another reason that you've got to sort of, you know, watch over the kids and teaching them about water safety, which I think sometimes, again, can be overlooked. You might tell your kids, don't run because they're running, but have you told them why they can't run? Have you told them of the possibilities of the accidents that can happen? Have you told the older kids why they can't drink from a glass bottle or a glass at the pool? A lot of those kind of safety things are often, you know, overlooked, and you think the kids automatically know them. Well, they don't.
Yeah.
They really don't, you know.
Go through it. It makes sense to go through the rules again, time and time again.
You got to keep, you know,
understand.
refreshing yourselves. Going back to the sun, I just want to say a big thank you also to Canadian Tire, because that's where all of this came from. But they've got these fabulous pop-up little tents. If you're out in the sun and you do need to have that breather, you know what, get yourselves under a tree. These are great for toddlers and babies.
Yes.
In actual fact, I just said to Frank, we packed our camping gear away because we're between houses and we're both quite short. I said, do you think we could take these? Maybe we could use these as our tent. He's
That's
like,
all you really
silly.
need, Robina.
But you know what? They've got they've got the netting. Now, one of the things that you want to keep in mind, because I see this a lot, a baby in a stroller, and you may not have the bug netting over them, but you pull a sheet over them. Your baby's getting real hot.
Right.
There's nothing to circulate the air, so you do want to consider investing in one of those nettings for the bugs. And again, here it has the screen, so the air can circulate in these little tents if you need to sleep your baby because you're out the whole day at the park.
Yeah.
And these fold up to nothing. You know, out at the beach, then absolutely, you know, consider one of those.
They're such a good idea.
They are.
And then you're at the park and you
so
have
light.
a little bit of shade. If you're at one of those parks that don't have a lot of shade, that's perfect.